Welcome to the Energizing America podcast, where we talk all things energy, why we need it in our business, our communities, and our life. Excited that we have Christian with us today,
Yes, sir.
finally, in Duluth, Minnesota. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks for coming up to Duluth and celebrating this morning with the Wescom team.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Duluth?
Uh, more, more about Wescom. It's way bigger than it's way bigger than what I thought.
Wescom is bigger? Or
Yes. All I knew was just the Permian Wescom, so that's all I knew. I knew we had companies up north, but I imagined it was the same thing. But no, this is way, way different. We got a prefab shop. You guys have a lot of projects. A lot of projects.
did you get a good tour and you seen the panel shop and the
Yes.
prefab shop and
Yes, sir.
all the guys working in the office doing their automation work?
Everybody's busy. There's more projects coming in, and it's outrageous what you guys do down here.
Well, it's only because everyone is crazy busy, right? Like, even the panels that we're building, we would have never built the panel if it wasn't for the North Dakota electricians doing good stuff out in North Dakota. So, what did you see any similarities though between Carlsbad shop and Duluth shop, or between the people? Did you see anything that was the same? Like, are the people roughly the same? Hard workers?
Yeah. Hard workers. Everybody cares about each other. Everybody greets each other. Good morning. There's no separation. It's all one group. It's all one group. It's more of a family. Good morning. How you doing? Little side conversations that are here. They ask about each other's family. So it's not just about work. How you been? How's your family? Everybody's busy, which is good. Everybody checks on each other work wise. Hey, what happened with this project?
Yeah.
So that's great. That's great.
Were you expecting it to be different than what it was? I mean, other than the size, but what about the people piece?
The people, I thought there's to be like more like separation group, because down here you have a lot of groups. You got your solar panel guys, your prefab. You have a lot of departments. There you go. You have a lot of departments. So I thought everybody's gonna have like their own crew, but no, everybody talks with everybody. We don't see you that often when you go out there. So it's like, oh, the boss is here. Here, everybody like, oh, it's Shane now, like, oh, it's John over there, So everybody just walks each other, good morning and everything.
Is it kind of stressful when the boss shows up down in Carlsbad?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What? Come on.
It has to be. It has to be.
What's stressful about it?
That's stressful. I mean, we don't want to get you mad, So you never go out there, So we don't want to get you mad.
Yeah. Do I show that I'm mad if I?
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, we don't want to park your truck bad, crooked, make sure they're clean. The one time he's here, please, guys, at least try.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys do a great job down in Carlsbad,
Thank
and I
you.
wish I could get down more often. As you've seen when you were in Duluth here, this business has outgrown anyone's wildest imagination. So a person's time gets limited. You're trying to take care of the Twin Ports and the Bakken and the Permian, and you start feeling like you're just flying everywhere, and you can only be like everywhere for a day,
Yes, sir.
and so it used to be when I was down in Carlsbad, I got out and seen everyone out on location, and that is getting harder and harder and harder to do. For one thing, Joey likes to lock me in his office and review things and go over different challenges and opportunities and so on. So yeah, not as much as I would like to get out. So you are an electrician for us down in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
You have been with us for how long?
According to the paperwork, 2 years. But going back and forward since 2020,
Okay.
right after COVID, during COVID.
During COVID. And during COVID, it was a rough run for us. We didn't have time to work.
Yeah. Every time you would say, I'm here to, you being out there, like your company being a perm base, you're here to stay. That's what you always say. I'm here to stay. I never believed it, but now we're so big that we can't leave.
Yeah.
So many departments, so much work we got out there waiting for us.
You were here when we were just a couple electricians,
Yes, sir.
and now you're a part of a team of over 30.
Oof, it's huge. It's huge. Yes, sir.
Why did you not believe me that we're there to stay?
Because it's the oil field. People chase money, So, and you being the owner, a split of a second, if it we lose a company, something went bad, you're losing money, get out. You're a businessman. Your home is over here, so you're not gonna leave Duluth to go to Carlsbad, you know. So I thought Carlsbad, as soon as something goes south, you're gone. But no, you proved me wrong plenty of times, and this company keeps growing, man.
Yeah, I can't leave that place. It's too fun. And beyond and what makes the place amazing, Christian, is people like you.
Thank
So
you.
it's people like you and your families, your kids. You know, a person, you don't put blood, sweat, and tears into something like that and then just abandon it. It doesn't happen, and it won't. We're killing it down there. You know, there's something weird about like a business. It's like a family, right? If the first time you got mad at your son and you just got rid of him, you wouldn't
No.
do that,
No.
right? So why is that in business that leaders think that that's how you should approach a problem in a business?
Okay.
Oh, well, now it got tough, I should leave it? Oh, no, knock it off. Now is the time that you sit down and figure it out. Just like sometimes you have to sit down with your 6-year-old and tell him, hey, we don't act like that. When we're in school and the teacher's talking to us, we listen up, right?
Yes, sir.
It's similar in business that you got to go attack that issue head on and figure out how to make it better. The easy thing to do is run. The easy thing to do is close the business.
Okay.
But I don't like easy. I like hard.
Nice.
And one of the things that was hard was the announcement that we made this morning. We just became a 100% employee-owned company. And that took me 3 years. Jeremy and I worked for 3 years on that project to get it across the finish line. We had plenty of opportunity to say, oh, it ain't going to work, and walk the other way. But we pushed, we pulled, we tugged, we pushed, we pulled, and bam, had an awesome announcement this morning, right?
Yes, sir.
I think that's kind of the big thing with business for us is that, and as we talked this morning, that doesn't change. We're in this for the long haul. We're here to safely energize America.
Yes,
Not safely energize the Twin Ports, not safely energize the Permian, not safely energize the Bakken, safely energize America. Which, think about what that opens up for us and how far we can go. It's incredible. We can go
Yes, sir.
a long ways and a lot of places. But enough about that. As an electrician in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and you're working for a producer doing maintenance,
Everything.
you're doing everything.
A little bit of maintenance, a little bit of construction.
Which one do you like more?
No, I can't choose, man. I can't choose. They both treated me well. They both put food at my table. So if you put me to, they've asked me before, what do you want to do? I told them, just you tell me where to go.
You
That's what it
feel
is.
like you got enough. You like the construction just as much as the maintenance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there something about the construction that you like more than maintenance, or you literally are that chill?
No, but yeah, I mean, construction, everything's programmed. You got material coming already. It's already on site, you know, so that's a nice part. Maintenance, you just don't know what's coming. I went to go install some ground, and we noticed a pipe sticking out, live wires, you know. Oh, we better fix that first. Let's tie up this ground, and let's fix that pipe, you know. So one day project turned into a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, you know. So for me, that's a fun part. Maintenance, construction. Construction, it's nice building something and watching it work. Now it's like, all right, the grand finale, turn it on. Damn, I hope I put the right labels. But instead of hoping, you make sure you did it. You know, I double check. I'll call my supervisor or a coworker. Hey, check my work. Boom, boom. Let's go.
So it is true when you build something, you look the satisfaction that comes back from looking at it
Yes,
and
sir.
seeing it is pretty powerful. What kind of hours do you work?
Hours.
Are you working 40 hours a week?
Over 50.
Over 50?
Over 50. And when I say over 50, it could be 90 to 80. 90 to 80, all the way down to 50. But you never know.
It's crazy the swings it goes through.
Yes, we cannot complain. We cannot complain because we're super busy. Yeah, the money comes in, but we're not spending time with family, with the kids, and the hours are short. Yeah, you enjoy family. You go out to eat. You go to the park, but it's like, oh man, where's the money? You know, where's the extra money that I was getting?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I don't like to complain. Just go with the ride and enjoy.
And do you feel like you have a solid future with the client that you're working with?
Yes. Yes.
They're one of the biggest producers in the Permian. They are absolutely thrilled with your service that you provide. One of the coolest parts about my job, number one, it's getting to know our employees, having conversations with our guys. When I travel, I'm away from my family, so I'm not gonna go to the apartment at night and just hang out. I typically go to dinner with somebody,
Okay.
get to the shop early, try and go out in the parking lot, visit with guys. That's the best part about my job, the employees and the customers. But I think one of the cool things that comes with it is this opportunity to try and get to know beyond that person. Like what everyone's driven by money. That's a common thing
Yes,
that
sir.
people need, right? But how do we get past like tell me more about your family and tell me about your kids, and then all of a sudden there you are at the picnic at the lake with your family, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
we get to know your family, and that's been really really awesome to do for me, is to get to know you, your family, your friends. That everyone at Wescom has that. And that is a pleasure of owning a business. If you ever get, oh wait, you are an
Now I do.
owner, right? So,
That's weird.
huh?
That's weird to say.
Yeah. Well, get used to it
Yes,
because you're
sir.
an employee owner. Of course, we know that you have to work here so many years before you're 100%
Yes, sir.
owner of your shares. But what do you think when you're doing those random weeks like that, where sometimes you're working 50 hours, sometimes 90 hours? Is that hard on your family?
Uh, yes. Yes, because it's kind of hard for my wife to get used to it. Now we've been here at the oil field roughly over 5 years, so she kind of knows what's going on. Um, she can't really count on me with planning stuff. Even planning a vacation, it's kind of hard. Um, but like if she was, oh, there's a birthday party so and so in El Paso. It's 2 hours away from Carlsbad. Um, I want to go. It's hard for her to say, okay, to tell her family, count with me because I'm going because I'm gonna take this. It's like, no, don't say that. Just say you're gonna go. Because you never know. And sure enough, the one weekend we had a party in El Paso, we canceled it because I worked Saturday all day or Sunday. But I mean, now my wife knows that I love it. I love what I do, so she supports me. I gotta give her props on that.
That's awesome. What is a challenge of beyond, you're working these crazy hours, but it's not always just 8 to 5 or 6 to 6, right?
No, no. Sometimes I get up at 6 in the morning. Sometimes work is scheduled at 4 in the morning, or 11 in the morning. So I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've gone home, taken off my clothes, my fur clothes, put on regular clothes. I've gone to getting ready with my family to go eat to a park, and then I get a phone call.
And you take it.
Yes, that's part of my job. That's part of my job. I have to, and I mean, I could tell my boss, you know what, I'm done for the day. You didn't have anything lined up for me, but it's what I signed up for. It's what feeds my family. So I mean, why turn away?
What got you into the oil field to begin with?
Oil field, money.
Money,
Yes, sir. I
common.
was I was trying to finish college in El Paso. I couldn't. School is kind of hard for me to stay focused. I've always worked, so that's what brought me out there.
What were you going to college for?
Business management.
Really? So you
Yes.
have a little hidden passion for business management, or
Yes. I had it. I had it. I haven't opened up a book in a long time.
and do you think electrical is for you forever?
Definitely. Definitely.
What when you first went to Carlsbad, is that where you first went when you went to the oil field? Was Carlsbad?
It was Odessa. It was Odessa Midland at the
Okay.
Permian base.
So Odessa Midland is on one side of the basin, Carlsbad, New Mexico is on the other side, right?
Yes.
But we find ourselves a wide swath.
We actually crossed paths.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
Yes,
Like
sir.
we'll be driving on that, and that somebody just drove from Odessa to Carlsbad to do a service call, and we're driving from Carlsbad to Pecos to do a service call.
Yes,
Like maybe we
exactly.
should have just exchanged along the way, but it just is what it is, right?
Yes.
The supervisor knows he can call Christian, and Christian's going to go take care of it, regardless of where he is. So it's just efficient. You know what
Yes,
that
sir.
producer expects and the like. Um, do you feel like the oil field has done what you expected it to do as far as the money goes?
Definitely. Definitely.
You've made what
Not
you
just money, but the experience, the opportunity. The whole field. I mean, sometimes you're in the middle of nowhere. We're not gonna have somebody come out here to do this job. Sometimes you gotta troubleshoot with somebody on the phone. Hey, well, I'm not gonna go out there to drive just to show you how to do it. Might as well. Hey, you see the little box on the left? Yes. Boom. Grab this. Measure here. or that let me look at it. No, it's wrong. Do it like this. So it gave me the opportunity to be out there by myself, figure stuff out myself, or just call somebody to help me out. Yes, sir. So I wouldn't lean more on the money. The more money you make, the more you waste. So
Isn't that crazy?
that's crazy. I have lasted with Wescom sometimes with 30 hours a week, and we were eating. Now I'm putting 80, 90 hours a week, and we're eating at the same table. So
Yeah, that is one thing that money doesn't. You think it's going to do all this magical stuff for a
no.
guy, and your standards kind of grow right along with it.
Yes, sir.
But when you said that this opportunity, why do you suppose more people aren't grabbing that opportunity?
Because it's not easy. It's not easy telling your family, hey, we're not gonna eat, grab it to go, or you're outside a restaurant and it's happened plenty of times, where I'm outside at the restaurant, my wife, I get a phone call, you know what? Don't get off, babe. Let's go. I gotta go back home. Go drop me off, and then you go get food. Some people are not willing to do that. Some people are not willing to move out of their cities because everybody at the permanent base and at the basing base, everybody's from out of town, mostly, right? Mostly. So that it's a sacrifice, even if it's 2 hours, 1 hour away. Some people are 12 hours away. It's a sacrifice, leaving your family, leaving your son.
So you think the sacrifice prevents people from grabbing that opportunity?
Definitely, sir.
But how would you? Why would somebody make that sacrifice? I mean, does that opportunity? What has it done for you? I mean, obviously you've made money, but
It's made me grown. How can I say it? It made me build my personality. I have my dad's my the person I look up to, and at the oil field he doesn't have all the answers, but I want to grow up to be like him. Always work. So my dad's not an electrician, right? So he can't solve my questions, my problems. Hey, Dad, oh yeah, go work out so many hours, stay on maintenance, learn construction. So I didn't have that person to look up to, which they'll feel it slowly made me build that character. I got to pick up that phone call.
Do you think you built some self-confidence because you grabbed that opportunity and you seen you could actually do it?
Yes, definitely. I'm getting direct orders from the actual company, man. I need to tell the company man what really happened. You can't lie to the company man. Like, just be honest. It broke. There's always ways to fix it. In order to fix it, you got to bring it up. Yeah. That's the number one thing.
Well, I think it's really cool that you've been willing to grab that challenge and make that sacrifice to grab this opportunity to grow personally, because your family someday will look back and say, boy, that was really cool. And hopefully your boys, just like you're looking up to your dad, are the same way, right? Like, hey, remember what Dad had to do? Remember what Dad went through? Because you're right. 90% of the people you run into in Carlsbad, New Mexico, are transplanted there. They're not from there.
Yes.
It's just the reality of the oil field. Christian, when you heard that we were going to be a employee-owned company, what did you think?
To be honest, I was excited because I was coming out here first.
Yeah.
It was shocking. It was kind of hard to understand because it was a quick conversation. I bet you were doing phone calls. So you kind of bursted me the information. I was like, it didn't make sense. It's too good to be true. It was one of those conversations. And then I did a little bit of research, which there isn't much, because it's still kind of new. And it felt, how can I say? It was just new to me. So it's kind of hard to grab an idea. So I was like, okay, for sure I'm going to understand better once I'm out there.
Yeah. And did that work?
Oh, definitely. And what helped a lot was over the phone, the meetings. I was working, so it was kind of hard to pay attention. But so I gathered a little bit of information. Now this presentation, I didn't pick up my phone. I was paying attention, so it's much more clear what's going on.
Are you excited to stay working at Wescom?
Oh, definitely.
So you shared earlier, Wescom maybe shows a different sense of care, or why would you stay at Wescom? There's all those companies down in Carlsbad that need electricians.
That's exactly what we're talking about outside. Everybody at Wescom right now has left and come back. It just tells how much Wescom is way better. Don't get me wrong. There's other companies that they give out checks, they give out cash. You want a brand new truck? Here you go. What do you want? We'll give it to you. But for some reason, Wescom, the very first days you were going out there to Carlsbad, the first trip or second trip, you remember my name. You know, you remember my wife. You remember my son. You know, that makes a big difference for me. That's what I'm looking for. There's other people that chase money, so I would tell them, nah, Wescom's not for you. You know, because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining about the pay,
No,
but
but as an owner, you can now.
it just so I mean, Westcom is there to stay, and my family's growing, and I'm growing with the I'm growing with the company. You know, so it's fun seeing that transition.
Well, let's keep on going with that transition. Let's keep on energizing America. And as long as it works out for Christian, I'm so excited that you're on the team at Wescom. And it's been really, really awesome, Christian. And I think you've done one of the best jobs out of anyone I've ever known at Wescom in being flexible and
Thank you.
growing from a couple people in that department up to 35 people right now, dealing with some pretty tough conversations. I always haven't been in the best of spirits through some of that stuff. And you've always been willing to go with the flow and just ride along, trusting that we're making good decisions. And you're going places. You're
Thank
not
you.
done yet.
No,
So
no.
no matter what direction life goes, I think if you keep grabbing those opportunities, that's going to be huge for you. And as an employee owner at Wescom, no matter what, you have a bright future. So
Thanks, sir.
thanks for coming to Duluth.
No, thanks to you, man. You made it possible.
Well, it's so cool to get people from Carlsbad up here because I always have to go find you guys, and well, you had to come find me. So I think it was really cool that you came up, and hopefully you learned a lot. So thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you very much, man. Good opportunity.